Now, I really like the camera, and it took me ages to decide to buy the Drift Ghost S, and there are only a couple of reasons why I chose it over the traditional GoPro, the Contours, or anything like that. The reason why I chose it over its rivals is because of the way it mounts to the camera, to the helmet even, what I'm on about. The way it mounts to the helmet. It's just really simple. I mean, with a GoPro, yeah, you could mount it to the top. I just really wanted a side-mounted camera. And if you wanted to do it with a GoPro, you need an extension arm, and it's just a pain. Also, the GoPro, for what I wanted it to do, it was kind of a little bit out of my price range in a way, because I was looking at the was it the GoPro 4 Black, the one that does 4K recording, and I just thought, nah, I might as well just get something else, and with a few accessories as well. So I decided to get the Ghost S. Now, the other feature I really liked about it was the fact that you can rotate the lens, so you can mount it to any surface within reason and still retain a stable and straight image by rotating the lens. Now, the way it mounts to the helmet is via a 3M sticky pad. I used the curved pad on mine, and I was a little bit skeptical at first as to how strong the bond between the glue and the helmet would be, because my helmet has kind of like a rubberized finish to it. I've got a Icon Chantilly black, so not the white version, I've got the black version of it, which is so sick. Such an awesome helmet. But anyway, that's beside the point. But it took me ages to find the appropriate surface on the helmet, because it was kind of, the Armada series helmet have kind of like a weird shape, so it's not quite, I couldn't really get the pad to fully stick on throughout the whole surface of it. So actually I ended up clamping it to the helmet and leaving it overnight to make sure that the bond was, strong. And sure enough, it's been on the helmet for a couple of weeks now. Well, actually longer than that, for about a month. And yeah, it's been doing a great job so far. I just inspect it from time to time. The camera itself comes in a really decent box with all the accessories, all the USB stuff, blah blah blah, the usual stuff that you expect. It does a variety of recording modes, WGA 480, 720, 960, and actually don't quote me on 480 because I think it skips straight to 720. 960p, which I never even heard of, and then 1080p at 60 frames a second, I believe, which is really good. I don't use that. I do 720 at 60 at the moment. I'm still experimenting though, so we'll see what I can do with it. I mean, the image quality is decent. It's not bad at all. I mean, I'm sure I could get better out of it with a bit of color correction and post-production, but at the moment I'm not really bothered about that. I just want to kind of get out, ride, and then put the video together, leave it to render, and then get out and ride again. I can't be bothered to edit everything, color correct everything. It's just not what I want to do right now. I may do in the future if the channel takes off and it's required, but at the moment I won't bother with that. But yeah, as far as the camera goes, it's really easy to use, and it's pretty simple, straightforward. I didn't bother reading the user manual because it was just that simple. I use vivid mode, like I said, 720p at 60 frames a second, and exposure on 0. Now, one thing that you should remember when hooking up the mic, use mic sensitivity, put it down to 1 out of the 3 available. 1 will basically mean that you can hear yourself but it won't crackle, because I made the mistake of using the setting 3 and it was just because it was oversensitive. Also, screen off, turn that to 1 minute, because obviously you don't want to leave the screen on whilst you're riding. There's no point, it will just deplete the battery. There are just little things like that which you need to watch out for, but you know, easily accessible in the settings. And it's all really straightforward, guys. You know, I'm not going to sit here talking to you about oh, you need to do this, you need to do that, go through the settings. It's really good. I mean, the battery life is decent. I've not had a problem where I've run out of batteries, and besides, I've got another 2 spare batteries, because I actually had to send my original camera off to drift, which is in another video, because it was faulty and it was depleting the battery when it was switched off. So I've actually got the original battery from that, the spare battery that they sent me to test the original camera, and obviously they just said, keep the lot, mate, don't worry about it. And I got I got the battery which came with this camera, which is the warranty replacement that they gave me, which works absolutely fine. Would I recommend this camera? Absolutely. It's brilliant. It is so good. Also, the fact that you don't have to put it in a protective case, that's an advantage, because then you don't have to fork out money on protective cases. I think it is waterproof to 3 meters, I think. Obviously check that out for yourselves, but you have to use the waterproof casing, which is a pain in the arse to get off with your bare fingers. If you want to plug a mic into it like I have done, you've got to use the other backing for it, which allows attachment of a USB port or USB cable, and also the mic, which is not waterproof. I mean, I've used it in the rain, but I wouldn't recommend using it in the rain at all, to be honest. And obviously, if you do want to go and use it in the water, buy the waterproof case for it, because again, the backing, you know, as you take it on and off over time, I'm sure the seals do wear down, so just be aware of that. I think overall, you know, it's a very versatile product. You can use it for a variety of things, and there's lots of attachments available for it. I am really pleased with it. It's the reason why I kind of, well, I wouldn't say it's the reason why I ride, but it's definitely a bonus to be able to film all your journeys and whatnot. So it is really great fun to have as an additional accessory to heighten the experience of motorcycle riding. Is there someone coming? No. What I would say is just beware of the early signs of a faulty camera. My one, like I said, had a faulty, it was faulty, and what it was doing, it was depleting the battery if you left it standing overnight switched off, which was really, really annoying, because you'd be like, okay, yep, gotta go ride, gotta go and get some clips, yay, and then the camera's got a flat battery, so it's like, oh, great. And you don't want that. Obviously there are spare batteries and rechargers available from Drift themselves, but you shouldn't have to buy them just because the camera's faulty. Anyway, I got mine replaced on warranty, which was nice. You know, it was a bit of a painful process, but they came through eventually and sorted it all out for me, so that was great. Thank you very much. Yeah, I do recommend you, if you don't like the GoPros, if you don't like the contours or anything like that, then I suggest you do check out the Drift Ghost S as an alternative.